Hi everyone, welcome to Teaching Moment Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed Mindful Monday. Hope you were able to get something out of it. This little guy, he was missing yesterday, but he's here. He's just woken up, or maybe he's about to fall asleep again. It's hard to tell, but it's nice to have him in the background anyway. So, Teaching Moment Tuesday, what's it all about? It's where I get to pull out some of the things that I learned when I was at university and throughout my time as a teacher. Because you know what, teachers are always learning, and there's an expression called lifelong learning. And if you're not a lifelong learner, you're going to get really stuck in one place. Most people are lifelong learners. If you read books, if you watch documentaries, if you have adventures, you're always going to be learning new things, and that's really important. Teachers you'll often know that your teacher's gone off on a special day to do more learning, and you'll have a relief teacher or a guest teacher in your classroom. So that's teachers learning to be better teachers, is how we say it. And there's always more you can learn, always. If you ever get to a point in your life, and this is big people and little people, where you think, I don't need to learn anymore, you're wrong. You can always learn more. Now, yesterday I said I wasn't very good at mindfulness. What would have been better for me to say, not should, what would have been better was to say, I'm not very good at mindfulness yet, because I'm going to make it a goal. In fact, I've worked out how to fit it into my routine. When I sit down here, ready to make my little lessons for you, before I turn the camera on, I actually just take a moment and do some deep breathing and have a bit of mindfulness. So that's how I'm going to include it into my daily routine. And I'd love to know how you're going to do it. So again, please feel free to get in contact with me and let me know. Today, I want to give you a brief rundown on Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner wanted people to know that there are different ways in which we can be intelligent, different ways in which we can show how smart we are, different ways in which we can express our knowledge. And he came up with this idea that we have multiple intelligences. And the fact is, these, if they're tied in really carefully with the curriculum and with our learning, these multiple intelligences can help us with our everyday stuff. The example I like to use the most is I have some spelling cards, and they're all grouped into each of the multiple intelligences. And what they do is they focus in on that particular way of learning, and they use that to help kids learn their spelling. Now, to learn spelling effectively, you need to have more than just these activities. There's so much more. You need to know what the word means and how to use the word and where the word comes from and spelling rules. And there's a lot. There are a lot of components to spelling. But this is just an additional thing which not only can help, but is also a lot of fun. So I'm just going to quickly pause here and show you a little bit about Howard's intelligences so you can see what they all are. So let's just do that for a minute. So without a doubt, when I did spelling, and I've done this in multiple schools, multiple age groups, and it's embraced wholeheartedly every time, is spelling, learning how to spell using Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences. And by far, the most popular group of cards is bodily kinesthetic. And it's because kids get to go outside and move. And often, particularly with boys, but with girls as well, that is a really important addition to their learning. So you might go outside with a basketball, and every time you say a letter of a every time you say a letter of a word you're learning, you bounce the ball. And then as a bonus, if your partner says, hey, you got that right, then you get to shoot a goal. I had one boy who was a soccer fan and he said, hey, Ali, can I please kick the soccer ball around instead? And I was like, of course you can, if that's what's going to help you. I would have people skipping. I had 2 cheerleaders in my class one year, and they would work out cheers to the words they were spelling. So not only would they wouldn't just do one word at a time either. They would incorporate the whole list of spelling words into a cheer, and they would spell the words out as they were cheering. So again, getting out there and moving your body, that's not going to make you a great speller. But in addition to all of the other techniques that we have, it is certainly going to help. Because if you enjoy what you're doing, you're having fun, and you're using something that comes naturally to you as a strength, you're going to enjoy it. Now, not everyone in the class is going to have a natural intelligence in that bodily kinesthetic area, that body smart area. But that doesn't mean they're not going to benefit from doing the activity. So it can be nice for teachers or carers, parents, to have a look at your kids and go, I wonder what their natural intelligence is. And often we have more than one. So you're never just, oh, I'm bodily kinesthetic and that's all I do. No, you have some that are greater than others, but we're normally made up of a bit of a mixture of a few. And I guess another example that I can put to you in terms of bodily kinesthetic at least, is you look at these exceptional sportsmen and women who achieve incredible heights in their field. Their multiple intelligence, their natural intelligence is bodily kinesthetic. That is where their real talent lies. So if that can be incorporated into their other learning, well then why not? Why not? Each week, I'm going to talk a little bit about each of the different intelligences. And I'm not always going to use spelling. That's just the one I'm most familiar with. And I think the one I had the most success with as a teacher in the classroom. But also what I can do is provide a few links as to where you can get these ideas from, because this is the other thing that I want to do. I want you to be able to, especially if you're a parent at home, whether you're homeschooling or just wanting to help your kids with a bit of additional fun stuff for home learning. I like to call it home learning instead of homework. That's one of it's a little language change we made at the school I was working at, and it just, yeah, it's a bit nicer. But anyway, so in terms of home learning, you might want to incorporate a little bit of this into their routine, and you'll probably have a bit more success with it, especially if it's their intelligence of choice. So I would like to, I've totally forgotten. Do you know what? And that's something that teachers do, and it's really great because you'll have 23 kids on the floor and you're thinking, I have no idea what I'm saying, and they're all looking at you really expectantly, and then thankfully there's always one who will remember what you're talking about. But I don't have kids right here in front of me, and this guy's not going to help me, so I think I'm just going to end it there, which is a little bit embarrassing, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So thank you for listening. Please get in touch with me. I really do want to hear from you guys, and I've got to stop saying guys too. I want to hear from you folk, you, everybody, you big people, little people. Let me know if you're enjoying what I'm doing. That would be great. Or if you've got questions or suggestions. I'm willing to take suggestions. I'm pretty good at taking feedback. Yeah, I can do it. So I will see you tomorrow for What Makes You Say That Wednesday. All right, see you then. Bye.